Hey everybody, Man in the Barn, vlog number 1. I've been meaning to do this for quite some time, just haven't done it, and I've been thinking a lot for the last couple of weeks about the thrill of the chase and Forrest Fenn's treasure, and I decided, it's time to get this vlog out there, get my thoughts out there, get my solve out there, at least my first solve, and let everybody know what's going on. So I just returned from my third trip looking for the treasure. I am pretty sure I'm on the right track, but what I want to talk about today is my first solve. I started looking, or I became aware of the thrill of the chase of Forrest Fenn's treasure in 2012. I took my first trip to actually look for the treasure in 2015. It was Memorial Day 2015. So I hadn't been keeping this to myself. I'm actually on the solve number 2 now, completely different solve, completely different area. And I had not told anybody of my first solve because I thought if my second solve didn't work out for whatever reason, I could always go back to my first solve and continue where I left off. But now, after going to this new location, I'm almost positive I'm on the right track, and it is not in Yellowstone, which was my first solve. So I'm going to go through the 9 clues as I think they are. Tell you what I think, in my opinion, what the solves were, and put it out there. You can comment below. Let me know what you think. Obviously, I didn't find the treasure, so it wasn't, at least I wasn't correct at that time. I still haven't found the treasure, so it could still be there. And, yeah, let me know what you think. So, like most people, I started the quest begin at where warm waters halt. And for me, I pulled out the dictionary, right? I spent a lot of time looking up words, researching words, and when I look up the word waters, there's a lot of definitions for water, but when you add the S onto it, waters, there's only one definition, and it talks about a specific body of water, especially seawater. So that got me looking into where can I find salt water or seawater in the Rocky Mountains. And doing research, the geysers in Yellowstone are not actually water. They're considered a brine, like if you would brine your turkey for Thanksgiving. So it's a water with minerals in it, salt being one of them. So I took that as beginning where warm waters halt. And so once the geysers, hit the ground and go into Lake Yellowstone, some of them, that would be where the warm waters halt, and from there they start cooling down. And take it in the canyon down. So my take on clue number 2 was that canyon down was not actually a direction. It was the name of a canyon. Say, for example, the Canyon Henry, or Henry Canyon, or the Canyon Grand, the Grand Canyon. So I started looking up where Down Canyon, or canyons with the name Down Canyon. And what I found was a book titled Canyon Down. And it's a book about the Grand Canyon. And so then I started, going along the Yellowstone River, and I see where it runs into the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. So the clue doesn't 100% fit because it says not far, but too far to walk. It's roughly, a good little trek. It's 15 to 20 miles. You could walk it. Anybody could walk it. It would take you a long time. Nobody would want to do it. But nonetheless, I went on with it. The rest of the clues kind of started fitting. put in below the home of Brown. This is where I was not 100% sure. If you're following the Yellowstone River and you get to the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, at the upper falls, there's a parking lot and a trail that go down to the lower falls called Uncle Tom's Trail. And some of you may know there's an old book, Uncle Tom's Cabin. This is about an African-American man back way before my time. And so I took that as home of Brown, Uncle Tom's Trail, Uncle Tom's Cabin. When I actually arrived at the location, there was a brown building there. It was a restroom, an outhouse, so you could consider that brown, right? And the trail for Uncle Tom's Trail was literally, 30 feet from that building, down roughly, a little hill area. So put in below the home of Brown, you enter the trail below the home of Brown, and from there it's no place for the meek. So Uncle Tom's Trail, if you Google it and look at it, it's not actually a trail. Well, it's a little bit of a trail, but the majority of it is stairs. It's like 300 and some stairs. They used to go down to the Yellowstone River for Uncle Tom, and he would transfer ferry his passengers over to the other side of the river. Definitely not a place for the meek. It actually has a sign there that says if you're not in the best shape, probably don't attempt it. I'm paraphrasing, but you can look it up. So from there, it's no place for the meek. The end is ever drawing nigh. So once you get to the bottom of these stairs, it dead ends. The end is ever drawing nigh. There's a small little waterfall. If you look, obviously it's a viewing area for the lower falls of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. Beautiful view over there. But if you look to the left, there's a small little creek that's got a little waterfall, probably about 15 or 20 feet. The end is ever drawing nigh. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads of water high. So as I said, you're definitely not going to paddle up it. It's mainly just a waterfall that flows into rocks, and so you can walk on top of the rocks above, actually where the water flows into the Yellowstone River. So I took a rope with me and tied a rope around the iron leg of the viewing area, kind of like Forrest did with Betsy's tail on the milking stool. And while I probably could have done it without the rope, it was definitely easier to go down and up with that rope. So I went down there, step back a minute. When I went, the time of year was about 2 weeks before Memorial Day, so middle of May. There was still snow. I didn't realize this. There was still snow on the trail, and it was actually closed. So I actually had to jump a fence, and I was in shorts and tennis shoes, and I was in almost knee-high snow and ice for parts of it. But the stairs were actually closed, but I went and jumped a fence. I'd driven 14 hours to get there, so I wasn't about to stop. So I was down there all by myself for probably about 2.5, 3 hours. I went to the base of the waterfall, tons of rocks. I moved them around, looked. I was looking for indention of some sort that was covered by either rocks or wood, and never found it. Searched for about 3 or 4 hours, different areas. It's not a big area. There's tons of rocks, and if he buried it down 2 feet or so, 2 or 3 feet, which would have not been hard with all the rocks. Just move them out of the way. It could, you could spend hours out there looking for it. The other thing is, part of the poem where it says, "Now I must go and leave my trove for all to seek." I take that line as far as put that thing in a place where people are going to be able to see it. They consider it like going to, a show, a Broadway show, and then seeing somebody, walk up to the very front right before the stage, move a tile over, pick something up, put the tile back and walk out. Because when you realize where the treasure's at, you're going to say, well, Forrest, why the heck did you put it there? Of all places to put it, I mean, and so that's just where I think that plays in. So, and if you're there while people are there and it's open, it's going to be very obvious what you're doing, so you won't have a lot of time. That's why Terry Scant with Marvel Gaze, I think he's saying, just take it and go. Don't make a scene. So anyway, yeah, the base of Uncle Tom's Trail. There's a waterfall, tons of rocks. That was my solve. I went twice. I went a couple of weeks after Memorial Day, 2014. Again, didn't find it. So I took a break, regrouped. I was actually watching some other YouTube videos and came across Calazar's vlogs, and he actually has made me realize something in the poem that I didn't see before, which is kind of, I was headed this way, now I'm going this way with my search. So taking a shift, I think I'm on the right track. I know I'm on the right track. I didn't find it this time, but I'm confident that in going there, I have found, I'm more confident now after going there that the treasure's there than when it was before. So I'm going to produce some more vlogs. I don't, there's some people out there doing Forrest Fenn vlogs, but I think there's not been enough emphasis put on Too Far to Walk, the map. I'm going to talk about some of the things I've researched and some of the things I've found and some of the things I believe in Too Far to Walk in some upcoming vlogs. I think it's, this new book coming out, Once Upon a While, I think is going to give some more information. In the preface that they have released, where he talks about he's going to leave his car in the Denver Historic Museum of Natural History. I used to live, a mile and a half, 2 miles from that place. I've been there many times. I know exactly why he said that location. I know it is, I don't want to let everybody know, but it is a further on confirmation if you're on the right trail, what it means. I do wish, Forrest, please stop giving hints, because I'm on the trail, and I'm afraid you're going to release something that's going to put somebody on it, and I'm not going to get it. But I can't wait for Once Upon a While to come out. I think Forrest wants his treasure found while he's still alive. I think that's why he's releasing a new book. I think, or I know, it's going to cause an uproar, and he's just going to sit back and laugh and watch it all go down. And he wants to see that, I think. I would, if I were him. So to those naysayers out there who are saying he's putting out more disinformation, I couldn't disagree more. I think he's putting it out there. He wants it found. So it's been 7 years. It's about time. So anyway, I will continue to produce the vlogs, and hopefully we find this treasure. Somebody, one of us. All right. Thanks, guys. Until next time.